The Royal Hungarian Air Force deployed dozens of aircraft types during World War II. From Italian-designed fighters built under license to German Messerschmitts and indigenous Hungarian designs, this video breaks down every important aircraft they put in the sky. Let's begin with fighter aircraft, the defenders of Hungarian airspace and warriors on the Eastern Front. Mavag Heja. The Hawk was Hungary's most important domestically produced fighter, a license-built version of the Italian Regione Re 2000. Powered by a reliable radial engine and armed with 4 machine guns, the Heja served as Hungary's primary fighter in the early war years. Hungarian pilots flew it on the Eastern Front against Soviet forces, where its maneuverability proved valuable in dogfights. Over 200 were built in Hungarian factories, representing a significant achievement for the nation's aviation industry. Mavag Heja 2. An improved version featuring a more powerful engine and upgraded armament, the Heja 2 addressed some shortcomings of the original design. It served primarily in homeland defense, intercepting Allied bombers that increasingly targeted Hungarian cities and industrial facilities. While outclassed by late-war Allied fighters, determined Hungarian pilots scored numerous victories defending their homeland. Messerschmitt Bf 109G. As Hungary's alliance with Germany deepened, the Luftwaffe supplied increasingly capable aircraft. The Gustav variant of the legendary 109 became the backbone of Hungarian fighter forces from 1943 onward. Hungarian pilots achieved considerable success flying the 109G, particularly in homeland defense against American bomber formations. Several Hungarian aces scored the majority of their victories in this formidable fighter, proving themselves equal to their German counterparts. Messerschmitt Bf 109F. Earlier model Messerschmitts served with Hungarian units on the Eastern Front before the Gustav arrived. The Friedrich was considered by many pilots to be the best handling version of the 109, combining excellent performance with harmonious controls. Hungarian squadrons flew these fighters in support of Axis offensives deep into Soviet territory. Messerschmitt Me 210. A troubled heavy fighter that Germany supplied to Hungary after the Luftwaffe rejected it due to serious handling problems. Hungarian engineers worked to improve the design, and some served in reconnaissance and ground attack roles despite their issues. The Me 210 represented one of the few German aircraft failures, though Hungary made limited use of available examples. Fiat CR-32. An Italian biplane fighter that Hungary purchased before the war, the CR-32 saw action in the early years despite being obsolete. Highly maneuverable and beloved by pilots who appreciated its agility, it served primarily in training and secondary roles once modern fighters arrived. Some saw combat on the Eastern Front before being withdrawn from frontline service. Fiat CR-42 Falco. The last biplane fighter in combat, some of these Italian aircraft served with Hungarian forces in the early war period. While hopelessly outdated against modern monoplane fighters, their exceptional maneuverability made them useful for training and light attack missions. Most were relegated to non-combat duties by 1942. WM-21 Solyom, an indigenous Hungarian fighter project that never reached production, the Falcon represented Hungarian ambitions to develop advanced aircraft domestically. Several prototypes were built and tested, showing promising performance. However, production priorities focused on license-built German aircraft, and the Solyom remained a might-have-been of Hungarian aviation. Weiss WM-23 Ezust Nail. The Silver Arrow was an ambitious Hungarian fighter project featuring advanced design concepts. Only prototypes were completed before Hungary's collapse, but it demonstrated the technical capability of Hungarian engineers. With a powerful engine and heavy armament, it might have been competitive with late-war Allied fighters had circumstances allowed production. Next on the list is bomber and attack aircraft, Hungary's offensive capabilities. Caproni Casion-135. Italian medium bombers supplied to Hungary performed better in Hungarian service than they had with the Regia Aeronautica. Hungarian crews flew them on the Eastern Front, conducting bombing missions against Soviet targets and supporting ground operations. While not outstanding aircraft, they provided Hungary with a medium bomber capability in the early war years. Junkers Ju-86K. An export version of the German bomber, the Ju-86K served with Hungarian bomber units before being relegated to training duties. Its limited performance and bomb load made it unsuitable for modern warfare, though it provided valuable experience for Hungarian bomber crews learning to operate twin-engine aircraft. Junkers Ju-87 Stuka. The infamous dive bomber served extensively with Hungarian ground attack units on the Eastern Front. Hungarian Stuka pilots became skilled at precision attacks on Soviet armor and fortifications, though they suffered increasing losses as Soviet air defenses improved. The distinctive gull-winged silhouette and screaming siren made it a feared sight over the battlefield. Junkers Ju-88. Germany's versatile twin-engine bomber served with Hungarian units in bomber, reconnaissance, and night fighter roles. The Ju-88's adaptability made it valuable for multiple missions, from level bombing to maritime patrol. Hungarian crews operated these aircraft throughout the Eastern Front campaigns and in defense of Hungarian airspace. Heinkel He-111. The backbone of early Luftwaffe bomber forces, some He-111s were supplied to Hungary for medium bombing operations. Hungarian crews flew them on the Eastern Front, conducting strategic and tactical bombing missions. As losses mounted and more capable aircraft arrived, surviving He-111s transitioned to transport duties. Arado R-96. Though primarily a trainer, some R-96s were pressed into light attack roles during desperate defensive battles. This reliable German training aircraft taught thousands of Hungarian pilots before they transitioned to combat types. Its forgiving handling made it ideal for converting civilian pilots to military aviation. Moving on to reconnaissance aircraft. The eyes of Hungarian forces. Heinkel He-70. A fast reconnaissance aircraft that served in the early war years, the He-70's speed made it difficult to intercept. Hungarian crews flew reconnaissance missions over Soviet territory, gathering crucial intelligence for planning operations. As newer aircraft arrived, it transitioned to communications and liaison duties. Weiss WM-16. A Hungarian-designed reconnaissance aircraft that saw limited production, the WM-16 represented domestic manufacturing capabilities. Though not produced in large numbers, those built served reliably in reconnaissance and liaison roles, demonstrating Hungary's ability to design functional military aircraft. Focke-Wulf FW-189 Uhu. The distinctive twin-boom reconnaissance aircraft, nicknamed the Flying Eye, served with Hungarian units on the Eastern Front. Its excellent visibility, rugged construction, and surprising defensive capabilities made it effective for tactical reconnaissance. Soviet pilots found the Uhu frustratingly difficult to shoot down, despite its ungainly appearance. Fieseler Fi-156 Storch. The legendary liaison aircraft served extensively with Hungarian forces for artillery spotting, casualty evacuation, and communications. Its remarkable short takeoff and landing capability allowed operations from tiny clearings and roads. Hungarian commanders relied on the Storch for maintaining contact with forward units across vast Eastern Front distances. Next on the list is transport aircraft, essential for logistics and mobility. Junkers Ju-52-3. The corrugated skin trimotor served as Hungary's primary military transport, moving troops, supplies, and wounded across operational theaters. Nicknamed Iron Annie, its rugged reliability made it indispensable despite vulnerability to fighters. Hungarian Ju-52s supplied forces on the Eastern Front and evacuated casualties from forward airfields. Lisunov Li-2. Captured Soviet transports, license-built copies of the American DC-3, were pressed into Hungarian service. These reliable aircraft provided valuable airlift capacity, carrying supplies to isolated units and evacuating personnel from threatened positions. Their familiarity to Soviet-trained mechanics made them easy to maintain. Savoia Marchetti SM-75. Italian three-engine transports served in limited numbers with Hungarian transport units. These aircraft moved personnel and high-priority cargo, though their performance limitations restricted their usefulness compared to German types. Finally, we have training aircraft, the foundation of Hungarian pilot development. Büker Bu-131 Jungmann. The primary basic trainer for Hungarian pilots, this German biplane taught fundamental flying skills to thousands. Its forgiving handling and robust construction made it ideal for initial training. Many Hungarian aces took their first flights in a Jungmann before progressing to combat types. Büker Bu-181 Bestmann, an advanced trainer that prepared pilots for high-performance fighters. The Bestmann featured a modern low-wing design and enclosed cockpit. Hungarian student pilots gained valuable experience with more complex aircraft systems before transitioning to operational fighters. Focke-Wulf FW-44 Stieglitz. Another German biplane trainer that served in Hungarian flight schools, the Goldfinch was known for its excellent aerobatic capabilities. It taught Hungarian pilots the fundamentals of aerial maneuvering that would prove essential in combat. Mavag Levente series. Indigenous Hungarian training aircraft designed to reduce dependence on imported trainers, the Levente series provided basic and primary training. Simple, economical designs built by Hungarian industry, they represented the nation's efforts to maintain pilot training despite wartime shortages. WM-13. A Hungarian-designed trainer that served in flight schools, the WM-13 was a straightforward design optimized for training operations. Though overshadowed by German types, it demonstrated Hungarian capability to produce functional training aircraft domestically. The Royal Hungarian Air Force deployed dozens of aircraft types in World War II, from license-built Heja fighters and German Messerschmitts to Stukas and transport aircraft. Hungarian pilots fought with skill and determination on the Eastern Front and in defense of their homeland, often achieving impressive results despite facing overwhelming odds in the war's final years.